Well, this is going to be the dumbest thing I do in a long time. Hello guys, I hope everyone's doing okay. Hello from sunny Canada. Yeah, it's been a little while, been I think 4 weeks since my last stream. We moved over to Canada a few days after the last stream. Pretty much finished getting set up now, got my 2 monitors and all that sort of stuff, so figured I may as well get back into streaming. I'm still burnt out on the Pero project, so I want to leave that on the back burner for a bit. And because I hate everything I stand for, I figured we'll start a new project based on Ratatoing. If you don't know what Ratatoing is, it's basically like a rip-off of a very low-budget rip-off of Ratatouille. If you didn't get that from the Chef Mouse, I think it was released in 2007, 2009, something like that, and is widely regarded to be like one of the best like rip-off movies. Basically, it's just dumb fun. It is actually genuinely entertaining to watch though. It can be found on YouTube, like in its entirety, so I do recommend checking it out just for the hell of it. It's like 43 minutes long. But yeah, so I haven't decided exactly what scene yet, but I do want to create a scene from this, like environment work. Obviously, make it a little bit higher budget, but I want to recreate this character, not in this outfit. It's called Marcel Toing, and we're going to recreate one of the scenes that he's in, complete with all the set dressing. So we'll see how long the project takes. No idea. It's one of those. It's not as high pressure as like the Pero, where it has to look just right because it's going for something realistic. This is, I'm going to aim for more of that like original kind of Pixar-y, maybe a little bit more realistic than that. But I'm not going for photorealism with this project. So yeah, in terms of like what the actual renders look like, this is like actual bits from the show. It is beautiful, so you can have whatever opinions you want on this. But yeah, I'm just gonna get started. So we're just gonna, I'll probably do the scene that this is part of actually. But yeah, so we're just gonna block out the model. I am trying currently to get a copy of Katana. I do kind of want to try it out, and I feel like a fan art of Ratatoing is the perfect way to test out an industry standard rendering software. But we'll see how it all goes. But if there's any questions or anything, do let me know. This asset would definitely raise a lot of questions in my head. But yeah, so let's just start sculpting ahead, I guess. I will take some creative liberties just because, as you can tell, the renders aren't great. It's not a good looking film, but I'm fine with that, to be honest. I think that's kind of part of the appeal. So we'll just see kind of what we can make in the time we have. But yeah, obviously drastically different time of day for my stream from like, you know, previous, well, the last 2 years. I am obviously now in a different time zone. I will be streaming fairly often again, but it's going to take, obviously, if anyone is in the UK or UK time zone, it is a different kind of time for me now. So sadly, can't stream at the old times, really. Not without like limiting what I do in a day. So yeah, this will be kind of a normal time. I maybe could start at like 6 o'clock. So it's currently 7:15 here. Maybe on weekend streams I could start at 6 PM. But that'd still be 11 PM back home. This is already questionable. There we go, so flat. But yeah, so I hope people are doing okay. I'm not expecting this stream to get many views. I mean, I've disappeared for a month, and it's at a different time zone to like usual people who watch it. But hopefully this series ends up being kind of entertaining for some people. I can already tell I'm going to have difficulty with this project.
Are you leaving me?
We're all leaving. You feel me when you read it.
But yeah, I feel like this project could be a fun one to just completely mess about in terms of like just making the most preposterous assets. And to be fair, there are elements of the set design in the show which were actually kind of good. Like, I'm not going to go as far to say like really smart, but things like in the restaurant Ratatoing, there's quite a few little set design quirks that are quite nice. Things like plates being bottle caps, or the lamp light shades being the tops of bottles. Make the cat fuck off, Nick. I'm not making the cat. I need to boost the resolution on this. I am currently getting used to a different screen size to what I've been using for a long time, so there's something feels quite alien about the mouse, or about the rat. Something feels quite alien about the Wacom on the new screen. So in terms of my screen setup, I used to have two BenQ PD2500 Qs, I think, 1440p versions. They were fine, they weren't amazing monitors. But they worked well enough and were pretty color accurate. My new setup is one very cheap monitor, so one Asus 23-inch monitor from... I bought it from a friend back when I was in MC Film. He sold it to me for £50, so that gives you a general idea as to what the quality is. It's serviceable, but it's not color accurate, not very high resolution. And my other monitor, which I bought while I'm over here, just because I didn't want to ship monitors, is a Dell monitor, 1440p, but also 165 Hz and 32 inches. So it's a very different screen from my left monitor, which is going to be weird to get used to, having such different monitors on both sides. But give it some time, I might get back to it. Hey G1. You could rig it afterwards too. You're missing out. Yeah, so Nick, the plan for this project is I actually am going to do it with a correct pipeline. I'm going to model in T-pose, kind of go through like the pipeline I would at work, basically. And yeah, just kind of I might message some riggers and see if anyone wants to be part of this monstrosity. And then the final shot, we can actually make a decent thing out of it. I think Becca wants to help out on the project, which would be funny. Obviously, she wouldn't be like helping out on stream because I'm not sure the logistics of having two people stream at the same time on the same thing. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I'm not very good with this sort of stuff. Do we have any images from the side? Beautiful. Yeah, I should probably do a ref on it at some point. Okay, well we know the head is quite square, so let's just square that out a bit. But yeah, I feel like this project could be a fun one, just because it's making Ratatoing, but with like actual industry techniques and modern rendering. Do some groom and all that sort of stuff. Could be a fun one. So some of the creative liberties I may have to take is figuring out silhouette. Like, do I want to make it more appealing? Do I want to kind of go for a higher quality design, or do I just want to execute the current design better? I don't want to spend time refining it and making nice textures, or do I just want to like actually design the character a little bit differently? Because I don't want the whole thing to be lost. But that said, if I'm replicating a shot, then you can always do side by side quite easily, so I don't have to worry too much about people recognizing it. I mean, it's Ratatoing, for Christ's sake. Most people haven't seen it. The people that have will recognize it instantly. So this area down here is kind of iffy. Smooth out this area. Come on, there we go. Just trying to figure out the planes. really strongly dislike this silhouette. I have a feeling part of it is due to that being too high. Now that feels too wide. Originally I wasn't going to do this Ratatoing project. I was going to do a bobblehead of my friend Jesus, because there's a picture that was his profile picture a few years ago that I always sent to him. He likes the photo, but I find it just like beyond dumb, and I was going to make a bobblehead for that. So maybe that can be one of the future short projects, but when I realised I could do Ratatoing, I knew I had to do. Will you do any hard surface stuff? Yep, for this project I'll be doing some hard surface. I'm not entirely sure what shot I'll do, but let me just get Ratatoing restaurant. So I'll probably let's move this over here. Where's the scene that I want to do? Oh yeah, feel free to question things like the cat. It is a beautiful thing. The animation for this show is honestly hilarious. But yeah, I'm just trying to find an image of the sequence I want to do. I think this environment is the one I want to make, but like a camera angle kind of looking down on him mixing the food. So there'll be a little bit of hard surface. It'll be mostly kind of wall and the can and that sort of stuff, but I can figure out stuff to scatter around. I mean, part of increasing the quality would be increasing the set dressing, right? So I can find things, but like this might be the environment. So standing on the kind of spool and all that sort of stuff. I'll try to make everything the same scale. I just need to figure out what this stuff is like around the can. But yeah, there will be a little bit of a hard surface. Nothing too complex. I'm not going to be doing any robots or anything. But yeah, it could be a fun little thing to do. Maybe at some point I'll do an actual hard surface project. I mean, I kind of want to do some more texturing, look dev based projects in the future. Feels a bit weird. Yeah, living in Montreal, the new job has been a lot of fun as well. So, for those who doing a whole sequence, I'm not going to do a whole sequence, I'm going to do a shot. I don't think I'll be animating, although I may reach out to some animators if they want to take part of this dumpster fire. As I said though, I do want to maintain like an actual pipeline. Okay, so do we match? How closely should we match the eyes? This is horrific. Let's actually sculpt in. I think this is too tall as well, actually. But yeah, I do want to reach out to other artists and see if they want to take part in this. Maybe find a rigger to rig it, and if an animator wants to animate it, I mean, sure, but I feel like once you start getting to animation, you have to start also getting into sound design, because you can't do animation without having sound. It kind of ruins the point of doing it, right? If you're going to actually create a shot of the film, you need to do it. And I do know sound design guys. There's a guy that I know from Manchester who's really good with sound design. He runs a studio called, I think it's 343 Audio. But yeah, he's really, really good. A guy called Alex Gregson. This is beyond questionable. Right, okay, so let's get some spheres in there. Okay. Don't sue me, Disney. Subtool. Split. Split. Unmasked, yep. That took me a moment for some reason. Cool. And then let's just kind of budge this into place. I'm trying to flatten it just by doing this. Eventually that will get a flat shape. So they are like near perfect circles. That's something I'd want to change if I do go down the route of like changing the design. I will want to change that slightly. I really don't like the new gizmo. Let's put that there. His ears are massive. Get a little bit of roundness to them. So they're not just straight and boring. Do we do the eyebrows? So like design wise, I feel like that's one of the worst bits. They're so strange and out of place. I feel like we need to do whiskers as well. Let's lower the intensity of that guy a bit. Smooth things out a little bit. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier, but distracted myself. So my new job at the moment, I'm working with NPC Episodic. Obviously can't say what I'm working on. But yeah, working with NPC Episodic in Montreal as a look dev key artist. Key artist is kind of their mid and senior role. It's a lot of fun, really enjoying kind of working on look dev on bigger shows. Blue Zoo was a great experience, but I'm definitely not cut out for kids TV. It's just not my kind of stuff. But yeah, not sure how long I'll stream tonight. Probably until at least 9 o'clock, like minimum 9 o'clock. Because I do also want to play some like video games and stuff. So I need to fix this plane a bit. I need to pinch that. I need to lower the intensity on this guy so we can get a little bit less of that texture. I still want a little bit of texture from the brush because it always gives like a nice effect, but I don't want it to be too strong. The thing I like about having brush texture, even if it is subtle, is it sometimes points out forms that you could add, and most of the time they look good. As I've said many times in streams in the past, most people aren't great at making natural shapes. You kind of need to rely a little bit on randomness, and that brush pattern is definitely a level of randomness. guess we start in the body. Okay, so append. I'm also going to have to reveal during this series how bad I am at character sculpting, like as in full body sculpting. A bit more value. I can't remember how. How do you fix that? There we go. No idea what the scale of this guy is. I will have to figure out like actual scales. Like, do I want to scale him the size of an actual rat, or Jesus, he's thick. Do I want to scale him the size of an actual rat, or do I want to give him like a fictional character size? Like, not really care too much about the true scale and that sort of stuff. So I will probably use the kind of like bean approach to modeling the body, which, because they're such simple shapes, it would be easier to model the pieces individually and then just dynamesh them together when I'm ready. We have it. Oh yeah, his backpack shoulder straps are textured on for some reason. Oh, how do I handle the feet? That's a good question. Okay, I'm gonna need to make a lot of decisions. Maybe not in this first stream, but like I will have to make a fair few. There needs to be a way to like bookmark colours in ZBrush. I've got a few colours that I really like to sculpt with that are very specific. Okay, so let's go geometry, dynamesh. Okay, and then we need to duplicate this. It doesn't create a separate subtool. Okay. Okay, so let's just go duplicate, move you off to the side, and I guess invert it too. This is gonna be a trash fire. Okay, geometry, modify topology, and mirror and world. People ain't ready for this. I will have to go on a ref hunt, which if is easy enough with this show, like you can just go onto YouTube and watch the entire film. Probably should use these first, to be honest, but he's got a massive thigh gap actually. There we go, some of that. One second. There we go. Yeah, so I'm guessing the back kind of blends in smoothly. Really strange. Inflate. Hold Alt. Yeah, absolutely should have used Z-spheres. But it's fine. We'll get to the shape we want eventually. It's hard to tell what shape he should be though. I'll give him that. Definitely not this. I'm getting like power phi like feelings here and I don't like it. It's even worse. And let's just throw some quick feet on there. There we go. I haven't actually opened ZBrush in over a month, so kinda rusty. Honestly, we're already not far off the actual original model. I will have to do a lineup, which makes me laugh. Let's give him weirdly human feet for a while. There you go. The legs. Okay. Let's just start really calming that down a bit. I love and hate this. Absolutely. Wait, I love abs, hate this. Okay. Your wish is my command. There you go. You're welcome. You did this. Well, ignore the lack of a belly button or over anatomy. I hate when it does that. I feel like I need to sculpt the two legs individually for it to work. I can just drop something in the bathroom. I'm gonna get rid of the abs because it's really weirded me out. There we go. I need to find a side view of him. Let me just do a quick ref hunt. Ratatoing. My search history is going to be so broken for so long. Wait, is this like an extra thick version? Because that's... This is model change between shots. Huh. This is visibly a different model. Unless it's like a rig deformation issue, but this... It's definitely not the same shot because lighting's different. This is a lot slimmer on the hips. But the hand has like the same broken deformations. Yes, I'm loving where his shoulder rotates from. That will need to be fixed. See if we can find any side views of Ratatoing. Or of Marcel Toing, sorry. That's the name of the character. So I know there's literal turntables of him in the movie. Like there's this scene where they keep getting like, that they keep getting changed into like spy outfits. And it does do turntables on multiple occasions. I'm really not liking the amount of weird art I'm seeing. I sincerely hope it's not any R34 stuff. Okay. That's a little bit better. Let's grab that. It's a tiny image though. That's one problem with this movie, is like there's so many like really small images. I'm just gonna drag that onto my ref sheet. Put that next to the thick one. Yeah, there's so many like borderline broken like shots where the resolution is just super low that when you search for images of this film, half of them are like fucking 1440p or some shit. Watch Mojo made a thing about this. That's when you know you've messed up. It's a smaller image somehow. That's a small image that's been blown up to look big, and then that's the same image. Okay. There's no other side views. God, size these images. Right, we can close these. Okay, so he's got like a bit of a, well, this is a pose obviously, but I do need to fix this arch because mine's got more of a goofy stance. He's also got a really weird taper to his body, like it gets really small on top though. There's also quite a good ref for the cheeks, so I'll quickly fix that. Let's straighten his back up. And I guess deflate the neck? Let's add a bit of focal shift to that. Okay. The power fires are back, so let's quickly fix that. I think the fact his legs are stood out so wide is part of the issue as well. So there isn't really a butt, it just kind of softly changes to leg. Which I have a feeling is going to be something that's going to be kind of awkward to get to look good. Like, we have butts. There's no avoiding that. So this kind of smooth transition is going to be awkward to get. Let's just smooth that. Well, pull it in, I guess, not smooth it. One thing I need to make sure I do is don't slip down the hole of adding anatomy. That is not the way to solve the design of this guy. I just need to figure out appealing volumes. Which, if I'm not a designer, so that's also going to take some time. How did I miss that? It's improving. Slowly. Okay, so there are shoulders. Kind of. So let's add some shoulders. There's obviously no shoulder anatomy, so I don't really have to complicate it more than just pulling that out a bit. And then, what else? I made this guy a bit too chubby, haven't I? Let's just quickly update this as well. Need an 80mm lens in this guy. Although I doubt they used anything other than default. In fact, that's a good point. They probably didn't use anything other than the default camera, which is 35mm in Maya. So I'm going to have to use 35mm for it to feel like the movie. I'm assuming they rendered in Maya. Probably Mental Ray. It feels like a Mental Ray render. Plus this was made, if it did come out in 2007, then this would have been made like 2006. So at that point, Mental Ray was still pretty decent. You know, Arnold, I don't think existed at that stage, at least in the public domain. I have no idea if it existed in private before that. Okay, let's save before we lose progress. So I need to go to CG stuff, projects, personal projects, Ratatoing, assets, modeling, child muscle toying, ZBrush. Cell toying, lockout, feather, sculpt, block, for now let's call it sculpt. Score 001. Cool. Right, so let's get some Z-spheres in here. Subtool, append Z-sphere. Okay, so first thing, let's fix the scale. that's a point. Do we match proportions? Might keep this as Z-spheres for a while I figure out how I want him to be posed and how I want his A pose or T pose to be. And we'll have to do a bit of an adjustment at some point. Okay, so we will duplicate this. Make polymesh 3D. Delete, sure. Append. Just as a temp, so we can hide that guy. Cool. So that Dynamesh. Topology, mirror world. I'll create some hands at some point. I just want that as a placeholder because I want to continue to work on the head primarily today. I just want a body block out. As much as it would be funny to make like a really muscular defined version of this, I really don't want to unleash that on the internet. One thing I'll have to balance during this project is how much of it is for the jokes and how much of it is actually to make a decent looking project. Because I could really throw myself into the kind of this project being what it is thing. And that would have some funny outcomes, but it would also be quite cringy. I have no doubt in my mind that some people see me doing this project itself as also kind of gross. They wouldn't be wrong. I'll give them that. So let's get some imaginary kneecaps in there. Let's figure out how on earth. I feel like this is one of those assets as well where partly Maya modeling it would be helpful. Because I'm imagining the starting asset would probably be very low poly, because there's not a huge amount of detail that needs to be captured in polygons. Right, let's get back to this. So I feel like this. Yeah, no, okay, that's absolutely, yeah, I remember off the top of my head now that he does have this kind of arch thing going on. I will need to rewatch parts of the movie. I literally watched this movie like 3 days ago, or 2 days ago. But I'll need to watch it again. Luckily it's only 43 minutes. And that includes the credits, which are like 3 minutes. Like the starting credits. Also, I think it was the executive producer was also the modeler and animator for this. Michelle something was her name. Because when basically this movie for me, Becca, and some other friends is kind of like a yearly thing. First time I watched it was 2 years ago, roughly. And then just over a year ago, we had some friends over in Belfast, we kind of made them watch this, and then back in August we did the same thing, where we got some other friends and kind of forced them to watch Ratatoing. And so it's one of those films. It's kind of funny. It's quite lucky in that it sits in that so bad it's good area, which is really hard to nail. Like, I think making so bad it's good movies is actually difficult, because it's so easy to miss that mark and just make a bad movie. But I'd honestly say that this is an enjoyable movie to watch. Definitely not to be taken seriously, but enjoyable to watch either way. If you take it seriously, you'll have a bad time. But if you have some drinks and have some friends to watch it with, pretty good time. So I gotta commend them for that. As much as this movie is objectively pretty bad, they did make a fun experience. Okay, so let's figure out, what does the back of the head do? See, one thing I need to factor in as well while making this is, like, if in doubt, the forms are just spheres. Like, it's going to be really hard to tell what a correct form would be, especially if it turns out the model does actually change in different parts of the movie, because these are definitely not the same model. And I don't think it's just a case of, like, grading, 'cause this does look a higher quality than this one. But it's hard to tell how much of that is coming from the colours being kind of better. Oh my god, I never noticed how long his middle finger is. And making this shot could be fun, but I'd have to make more rats. I'm not sure how willing I am to do that. This is something we can figure out as the project goes. Obviously this asset is going to be made in T-pose anyway, so I can't actually change my mind until pretty last minute. Hello. You alright? Trying to figure out what the correct planes are for Marcel Toing. Oh, absolutely! I've absolutely thought this way more than they did. And we're what, like, how long into the stream? We are, what is it, 51 minutes into the stream. Probably stream for 2 hours. It is my first stream back, so I don't want to stream for too long. This is going to be a glorious little project though. And I feel like it's going to be one of those that will keep coming back, in terms of, like, once it's posted, it will kind of not do the rounds. I don't expect it to be popular by any stretch, but I feel like it'll be one of those that you can't really escape once you've released it. Much like Ratatoing itself. What for Spider-Verse 2? I need to go watch that as soon as humanly possible. That's a dream project. So for those who couldn't, I don't know what the audio is like in the new house. I am using the headset microphone, so I can't imagine it changes much. But Becca in the background just said they've released the Spider-Verse movie. The Spider-Verse trailer, sorry. How much do we know about the new Spider-Verse movie? Is it supposed to be like a direct follow-on sequel? It capped off so well though. I feel like surely it would suit being a kind of in the same universe like idea thing, rather than being actually the same. Oh, okay, okay. We need to find a side view of the snout. There we go. Mine's far too square. Does it look good? Oh, that's gonna be good. I still wonder like how they achieved the look of the first movie. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's fix this plane here. Yeah. Oh, it's sunflower. I think so, yeah. Well, I can't remember if it was written by Post Malone or if he was just the person they got to sing it. He's actually he's one of those musicians I actually really respect because I don't know if you've seen, but like he's done a few guitar videos. He's actually pretty decent. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so let's figure out this section. This is a bad angle. In fact, I may actually remove the texture. Allows it to be a bit more subtle. So. Actually doesn't have, I just realised it doesn't have pupils or anything. So I think to make the eyes look good in the final model, I'm going to have to do some really weird shading. Or if it doesn't have visible pupils, I'm going to have to do some tricky stuff. Okay, let's change that stamp distance because that's kind of bad. Stroke, lazy mouse, lazy step, let's put 0.01. And then, yeah, there we go. Brush intensity is a lot higher now, but this is smoother.
I've gotta deal with myself. I won't suffer no fool. I won't sign your contract, 'cause I make my own rules. When I take those punches, hold my head with a smile.
Yeah, I was saying at the start of the stream back, it would be funny if the Foundry do actually give me access to a license for Katana. Because one of the first things I'd be doing with it is Ratatoing. And who wouldn't want the Ratatoing tutorial series? So angry for some reason.
Place in this world. If you never saw to the sun.
I think overall the head is too wide. Why am I struggling so much? I guess that's one of the difficulties with this project actually. Since it's so simple, all the shapes have to be like really clean for it to look good. I feel like it's one of those projects I might legit need to get like a concept artist and get feedback from them on like shape language. As I've said many times in many streams, I'm not a designer. So making bad designs work is not going to be the easiest thing. Okay. Should I throw some basic textures on this? Okay, I'm going to, just so I can recover it, I'm going to append a sphere. That sphere will have this colour baked onto it. Colour. Fill object. Cool. And then I can always get back to that if I need it. I will say it's an invisible object. Cool, so let's just paint some basic colours. Colour, fill object, colour, fill object, colour, fill object. This is going to be mildly terrifying. Turn it to white. Okay, and let's desaturate this and lighten it a little bit. Where does the lighter colour stop? I'm guessing it's just an arbitrary line. Hey Becca, project's finished. Alright, so that brow's a bit sharp. Why is this area so hard to figure out? Right, that needs to go way further out.
Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated match in history.
I need to clear history, I think. Let's check the size. Oh, it's only 20 meg. Not too bad. It's got like old man lips. Let's get some eyebrows in there. Split. We'll keep it a simple slug eyebrows for now. I can't bother with the I'll get the taper, I guess. I'm not gonna bother with the strand thing yet. Number one, we'll worry about the blend. Also, how am I going to do the ears? Do I want there to be an actual... It's kind of look weird if I just put a hole in it. I think that thing's happened where you lose brush sensitivity. Yeah. Brush sensitivity is gone. Nice. Move tool has just become my best friend. What shape should the head be? I really hope it's sincerely not this. Like, this is obviously a helmet, but like, it's possible it is that, which is kind of worrying. It's a start. We have an asset. What are you watching back? Yeah. 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 I knew I was missing something. Why didn't I put a tail on? Append. Alright, don't want that. Delete. Append. These fit. Oh, why would I use that when I could use a curve brush? Let's delete that. Append a plane. Okay, let's go into geometry deformation. Where are you? Oh, is it deformation? Is it something? Yeah. And then rotate. Let's rotate around Y. Okay, so we can just type 90. And then just scale that up. Cool. Then curve tube. Cool. And then let's go to stroke. Curve modifiers. Size. There you go. What's that off center? Okay, well that works well enough. So let's go to tool. Split, list. Delete. Yes. Right, I should have. Nah, can't do that. I can line that up with world center later. And let's just throw a quick color in there. So, next thing. Let's get back to the body. Oh no. Okay. Love it when this happens. So my my Wacom isn't actually touching the Wacom pen, sorry, isn't actually touching the Wacom right now. This happens sometimes. There we go. If that ever happens to anyone and you don't know how to fix it, basically you just need to pull the nib away. From what I can tell, I mean, I don't really know how the Wacom pens work properly, but from what I can tell, it's just a case of the Wacom nib gets pushed back and can't move back forward. So it's like kind of constantly putting pressure on the actual click. That's my assumption anyway. Possibly wrong. Probably wrong. Let's figure out the legs. I feel like I should be drinking for this stream. I do have whiskey, but oh, fuck's sake, not again. Becca, have you seen the nail clippers? Because I'm going to use that to get the nib out my pen. Are they? I thought they were on the table. Nope. Okay, one sec, guys. Yeah, go for it. Couldn't find the where? No? Alright, Becca just found them. So you can use, if you don't have like the Wacom nib extractor, you can use nail clippers to kind of grip the end of the pen. Just pull the nib out and put it back in and it tends to fix the issue. There we go. I've had this Wacom for like 9 years. I found that trick works most times. this foot needs to be a little bit flatter. Let's do let's do a trim rectangle, trim curve. Kind of like the fact it's given it that other colour. So let's just go this is a much more sudden line. Cool. Now let's fix the back of the foot. Let's just do a quick geometry and world. Okay, it's identical. This is a good way of checking if your model is symmetrical, assuming you're not topology dependent. Like if you're already sculpting something, then that would not be the way to check your symmetry. Oh, we have a blockout sculpt minus the hands. Would it be more authentic for me to like badly model, like in Maya, the hands? Nice calves. Thanks. Someone put nice calves in the comments. I'll give him ripped calves now. There we go. Got some master. Right, so
It is the best instrument of its kind in the world.
how you doing, Rahul? You doing well? So what we'll have to do is neutralize the mouth once we get past this initial stage. Guess that will do. Tail as well, I kind of need to straighten out, because this sort of bend would be done in rig. Obviously not going to straighten out here, I'll just remodel it in Maya. This is more just giving me a general idea of what's happening. Time is it? Okay. Another 30 minutes. desaturate the colours slightly, but can't be bothered right now. So there is a little bit of something here, which it doesn't really have a real shape to it, it's just kind of this little bit kicking out. The way I'd normally interpret that would be like fur, but obviously it can't be because it's all pink. So would that be maybe where it starts to dip in? They've just for some reason left this colour at the bottom. Hard to tell. Okay. So let's quickly measure tool, split unmasked. Let's go geometry, then a mesh. It's got 3 fingers. I guess we can stick with that. I'll have to make it a little bit more appealing though, because that is a little bit too horrific. I need to figure out how I want to actually improve the look of him. Because for now I'm just going for a general match while I figure out like proportions and stuff. So I guess we could go like full mitten fingers. Looks like a hoof. Set this to 400. The little finger is currently the biggest finger. Take that. Definitely too long. And too small. As in the arms are definitely too long. Symmetry. Do for a temp hand.
You are a function of this total galaxy. The real deep down you is the whole universe. And it's doing your living organism and all its behavior. It's expressing it as a singer sings a song.
Notice it's still a bit chunky, isn't it? What should I do this project in? Enderman? Arnold? I'm not sure. I still want to. I kind of want to leave Look Dev until I know whether or not I'll be using Katana. I've been streaming for an hour 30, okay. Because for block out, I'm kind of done. I feel like I'm... Like, obviously the hands are too big and there's proportional issues, but I guess let's quickly fix this stuff. Okay, let's merge the body and the legs. Just save the scene. I can increment. Okay, merge down. Okay, dynamite shows together. Why is it twisted so much at the base? Whew. Do we match the arms? I guess so. Let's get those quickly front on. Okay, so move that down one, then merge down. God, this looks bad. The eyes need to be smaller, don't they? Better. Right. Let's calm down the coughs. The joke is past. Let's, I think that'll do for first stream. We have a character blocked out. It's not looking great, not looking bad. It looks like the character. So I'll save that out. Yeah, pretty happy with that for the amount of time I spent. So next stream, we'll probably continue on the base sculpt. Although I probably could start Retopo soon. It's not exactly a complex asset. It's more a case of needing to figure out how I want to push the quality of it. Do I want to do the same shape and make it look better, like by nice texturing, nice groom, all that sort of stuff, and actual lighting, or do I want to tweak design a little bit? And also, do I want to do the floating eyebrow thing, or do I want to actually do like brows? There's a lot of ways I could go with this. Yeah, so next stream I think we'll spend it just kind of refining the model, making sure we have a solid idea what we want to make, and then we can start retapo, throw some UVs and probably just a couple of UDIMs. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Well, it's been a short stream, and I'm glad the one person who watched today enjoyed it, based on the comments anyway. But yeah, I'll stream again. Someone else's sculpt. I'll stream again in a few days, probably, maybe like Tuesday or something like that. I need to figure out what days I'm going to stream now that I'm working in Canada. And yeah, but either way, whenever I stream again, I hope to see you guys again. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.